Hello, my name is Andy, and today we're going to be talking about tapered design. The number one thing about tapered design is that there's not a one-size-fits-all solution. I'm going to start off by describing or introducing a couple of cricket terms. So cricket length would typically be a dimension that we would measure from drain to drain. Cricket width would be the perpendicular dimension, and the result of those two dimensions would create what we call the cricket valley. On this example here, we're looking at a 1/4 inch per foot tapered with 1/2 inch per foot crickets. The length is 48 inches. The width would be 16 inches. This creates a length to width ratio of 3:1. This is the recommended length to width ratio for crickets that are designed over a 1/4 inch per foot system. The resulting cricket valley slope is slightly greater than 1/16 inch per foot. So this rule is ideal for crickets that are installed on 1/4 inch per foot. Now if we come to 1/8 inch per foot, the rules change. If we reduce the deck slope by 50% at 1/8 inch per foot, we would also reduce the cricket valley by 1/8 inch per foot. So if we applied the same rules here, then our cricket valley ratio would be 1/32 inch per foot. So the rule changes on 1/8 inch per foot to a 2:1 length to width ratio, and that's what we have here. Our length, once again, is 48 inches. Our width, if this continued to the edge of the board, would be 24 inches. And now this would create a cricket valley slope slightly less than 1/16 inch per foot. Now, there are a few design challenges that occur with crickets that are installed over 1/8 inch per foot. If there's any deflection in the deck, you're more likely to have ponding water. The other thing, since this cricket is wider, it's more likely to run into roof penetrations. And so that makes it a more challenging installation for contractors. Lastly, from a cost perspective, the number one benefit of a two-way with crickets is that they're easier to install and they're more cost effective. But when you add more cricket material with a 2:1 ratio, the cost benefit of the two-way design is diminished. And so a lot of times in a situation like this, I will recommend a 4-way design. So if I used a 3:1 ratio on the 1/8 inch per foot system, I would be under engineering the crickets. If I use a 3:1 ratio on this particular system here, which is an exaggerated roof system, then I would be over engineering the crickets. So this is a 212 slope with 1 inch per foot crickets. Now, we don't see a lot of this slope, but we do see a lot of 3/8 inch per foot and 1/2 inch per foot deck slope, especially in the West Coast. When we design those crickets, we don't manufacture 3/8 inch per foot crickets or 1 inch per foot crickets. So you have to double stack those crickets as they're shown down here. So from a cost perspective, one thing that we can do is we can skinny up this cricket. We don't follow the 3:1 ratio, but we also don't have to follow the other rule for tapered crickets, where the cricket slope must double the deck slope. So in this situation here, 2 inch per foot deck slope, 1 inch per foot crickets. This cricket is actually what we call inverted because the highest point is actually higher than the thickest point of the cricket. But this cricket, the way it's designed, will perform just fine. So the other rule is that we don't have to double the deck slope with these crickets. And so we can save the customer a lot of money. Now, if I come back to my initial example, I've got a 3-to-1 design. There are instances where I will deviate from both of these rules. And so we have the 3-to-1 length to width ratio. If there's a mechanical unit, I will skinny this cricket up. I can use a 4-to-1 slope and still slightly maintain a 1/16 inch per foot valley slope. The other thing that I will do is that I will take it from a 1/2 inch per foot cricket to a 1/4 inch per foot cricket. And so the reason why I would do that is to minimize the overall cricket width. So there are situations where you have to keep the cricket thickness below a certain point. And the idea behind this is that a wider cricket at half the slope is better than a cricket that's half the width and twice the slope. So those are the 3 main rules, that the ratios change from slope to slope, the crickets don't have to double the deck slope, and that a wider cricket at half the slope is better than a cricket that's half the width at twice the slope. So if you have any questions about cricket design, please reach out to our department. You can email us at tdg@gaf.com.